Thank you, Veronica. Well, another analysis tool besides the mentioned ones is the gap analysis. But what is a gap analysis? This can be answered by working out questions such as where are we now and where do we want to be, like 5 years from now or 10 years from now. So the gap analysis is basically a technique for determining the steps to be taken in moving from a current state to a desired future state. For example, in our case of a teacher, we have a very low market share due to a lack of brand image, experience, time, etc., and we need to increase the numbers of sales and market share. This diagram visualizes the situation of a teacher right now. As you can see, we have a line of the current situation, so answering the question, where are we now? And the desired future level, so answering the question, where do we want to be? The difference between these two levels is the gap.
Is the gap analysis model, and you have probably heard this gap analysis model. Gap analysis model. As you have seen in the last video, I have shown you the picture where our service can be the quality of the service, or the service itself can be some sort of a cake or some shape, and then the customer has got some expectations. He has got some expectations, and these expectations are usually larger, or for the simplicity of this model, we always say that the customer has got higher expectations than the service quality actually is. So there appears this gap, and the purpose of the gap analysis model, as you can already see from the name, so we are going to analyze this gap, and the reason why we are analyzing this gap is that we would like to close this gap. So we would like to close this gap. So what quite intuitively stems from the model, that we would like to move either our quality of the service up so we can meet the expectation of the customer, or we can on the other hand say, and some scholars I would say would argue with me, but in some cases we maybe would like to show the truth about our business, so that our web page is saying that our fruits or our vegetables are the best at the market, and they actually are not. So the quality is lower, and then we let's say decrease the quality of the web page, and maybe we can stop lying there, and the perceptions or the expectation of the customer come lower. And what happens then? Well, when we have got customer with which this gap will be amazingly big, and he gets then a lot dissatisfied with our service, he will leave our business and he will never trade with us again. But if we attract the customer, if we decrease the expectations, or if we decrease our image, then we will attract different customers. Then we will attract customers which have got these big expectations, and we again meet the expectations with the quality of our service. So the main purpose of this gap analysis model is to close this gap between customer expectations and the actual service quality. And the next model, or the next tool I would